So Joe Rogan is a disaffected liberal. And although just recently he said he didn't want to interview Trump because he didn't want to help Trump, that doesn't mean he's a fan of the modern left, the woke left. And I think that it is in fact impossible for any moderate to support the woke left. They've just simply gone crazy.
Small fringe minority.
But here's the headline: Proclamations of Piety. Joe Rogan points out how woke Twitter is the latest non-spiritual religious cult. And here he's talking to tech entrepreneur Mark Andreessen. And let's take a look.
You're exactly right. Like, you can see and this is actually relevant in a lot of the tech debates, because you can see what happens, which is humans, we want to be members of groups. We want to reform into new cults. We want to reform into new religions. We want to develop new ethical and moral systems and hold each other to them. By the way, what's a hallmark of any religion? Hallmark of any religion is some belief that strikes outsiders as completely crazy, right? What's the role of that crazy belief? The role is that by professing your belief in the crazy thing, you basically certify that you're a member of the group, right? You're willing to stand up and say, yes, I'm a believer.
Yes.
I have faith. Therefore, I'm a member of the group. Therefore, include me in the circle and don't.
That's woke Twitter.
And yes, and so basically, what woke Twitter has basically recreated. They are a non-spiritual religious cult.
Yes.
They exhibit all the same religious behaviors, right? They have excommunication.
Yes.
They have sin. They have redemption or lack thereof, right? They have original sin, right? Privilege, like
proclamations of piety.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, they have they have church, DEI seminars, like right?
Yes.
They've got. They have recreated a form of basically evangelical Protestantism is in sort of structural terms like that. That's what they've actually done.
Yeah, and this is a point that's been made before, and it's absolutely true. The heretics, the apostates, they really go for the apostates. Those are the ones that they hit hardest, because those are the ones that lead the people that are already in the cult to maybe question the cult. And they do have, worship and church, because that is the diversity, equity, and inclusion seminars. The person leading those is basically a priest. You're not allowed to disagree. And if you do, you're a heretic. You've been corrupted by the devil. And who's the devil? Well, the devil, according to the left, they're quite explicit about this. They're very exact about this. The devil is whiteness, something they call whiteness. I mean, they've written it all down for us. Here, aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the United States. Of course, this applies to every Western country. And essentially, this is just a list of sins like rugged individualism, family structure, emphasis on scientific method, a Protestant work ethic. You can just say work ethic in that. Conscientiousness, say. I love this one. This was my favorite. Time. Yeah, totally insane. Rogan mentioned proclamations of piety. And I guess that could include, just putting up whatever flag they want you to on your social media, or the black square, or some emoji, I guess. They have excommunication. They have sin. They have redemption or lack thereof. They have original sin, privilege. Yeah, white privilege, which is supposedly this thing that's totally unique in all of history to only this one group. Because they seem to believe it's only one group that ever, colonized, for instance. Totally historically illiterate. And in fact, you'd kind of have to be a woke cult member to believe it. Yeah, and as I said, Rogan is, at this point, I think it's safe to say, a disaffected liberal. He said, quote, "Who would have thought that, if you look back on the early days, what we used to think of as conservative versus liberal was pro-free speech. People were open-minded, nonviolent. And people were open to other people's ideas." He said the right was like a suppressive nanny state, condemned certain language, condemned certain behaviors. Well, they didn't condemn them that hard, did they? Have you seen a pride parade lately? But anyway, that's not the case today. Today, the left has gone so effing far left, so radical, that the right are the ones who are celebrating comedians and celebrating Dave Chappelle. Yeah, and that is true. It's now conservatives that are saying Dave Chappelle should be able to tell whatever jokes that he wants. And it's absolutely the left that have become just moral prudes. They've got their woke stick stuck so far up their asses that they can't laugh, because when they do, it hurts. But anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. It makes a big difference. I really notice when people share my content. Thank you for doing that. I'll see you next time.